Welcome back, everyone, to Portlock, episode 9. Let's see. I just bought 10,000 bronze cannonballs, and I need repair kits. I do not want to forget repair kits. That would be terrible. Just going to, for the time being, continue salvaging and killing some hammerhead sharks, and seeing where that gets me. Still need about 1 million coins, and still need a Marlin, of course. Hopefully we can get both of those things sorted out this episode, or at least one of them, at the very least. Yeah, on top of that, we have the couple of things that we found out about last episode, since the chunk picker was updated. We need to get 72 fletching to fletch a U-shield. We need 40 defense to wield the U-shield. And we need to get up to 42 smithing to smith a number of steel items for best in slot. Yeah, otherwise I think the main thing is still definitely the Marlin. Anyways, we'll see how this goes for the time being. Basically, just right back to it where the last episode left off, and I will see you when something interesting happens. This is 79 sailing. You can now dock your boat at Drumstick Isle and build a gale catcher with 70 construction. I think I need a couple of things for the gale catcher. Yeah, I need Copernickel, I need Addy, I need a Swiss albatross feather. Also need a captured wind mote, which you get from one of the Barracuda trials. Also need a gale catcher schematic. So, yeah, it'll be a little while before we can do that. Drumstick Isle, I believe, is it here? Yeah. And this is where rosewood trees are. I also have fishing spots. But yeah, that's where, is one of the very few places, if there are any other places, at least from my understanding, that you can find rosewood trees, which are, the highest tier of tree now. Or at least the highest tier of hardwood tree. I guess if they're 92, they're the same tier as redwood tree. Anyways, yeah. 79 sailing. So I had this thought. I was killing some hammerhead sharks. The reason we're killing them is for money. So I thought it might actually be worth it to reset the notice board to try to get a hammerhead bounty. Because I think that's 3,400 coins for completing that, and it's just something we'll do passively as we're killing them. This also gave me a thought, as well, that, Port Sarim has bull shark and tern bounties on it. At least I think it does. So the bounties here, the tern bounty requires a tern beak. And the bull shark bounty requires a bull shark jaw. 3 bull shark jaws. I believe the ones at Port Sarim will require a tern feather, or 3 tern feathers, and 1 bull shark liver, which are 2 more items we need to get from them. I had backlogged these. I guess I was mistaken there. Assuming I'm right with that. So, I am going to give that a shot. First of all, I'm going to grab all the Port Sarim cargo deliveries. This one is actually Port Sarim to the Pandemonium. But, yeah. I am going to try that out. But yeah. I'm going to head over there, see if I can snag a bull shark and a tern bounty so that we can knock that off our list. And then also will give us a chance to reset the bounty tasks. And hopefully be able to grab hammerhead ones from there. Luckily there's both. Oh, is there also an osprey bounty here? There is an osprey. Okay. So will I also want to get an osprey bounty for the osprey beak? Because the Pandemonium one was the feather. Apprentices have been splashing away with water spells, and quills are now as useful as damp squid.
But did you say damp squid?
Now I need tern feathers. That Thingamalot told me they're plenty near Mudskipper Point. So accept that one. And yep, bull shark liver. Need a nice undamaged bull shark liver for a little concoction I'm brewing. You should be able to find plenty of them in the Remington Strait. Okay, and I will also... Oh, that's the Pandemonium to Port Sarim. Kind of funny. Oh, I'm actually probably out of tasks I can take, aren't I? Yeah. Let's actually cancel that one and take one of these. Because, yeah, I can only have 4 until 84 according to this. But at least should be able to grab these 2. And then on our way back, we'll just kill some terns and bull sharks. And then, yeah, this is our first tern feather. Need 2 more of them for the bounty, and then that checked off our list. There is tern feather number 3. On to bull sharks. And all we need from the bull sharks is a single liver. Although it has a lower drop rate than the jaws, so this may or may not take a while. That is the bull shark liver. We have gotten everything we need. Well, no, we need to find an osprey bounty in Port Sarim. We need to find an osprey bounty in Port Sarim for the osprey beak. And then would also like to get hammerhead bounties. For now, can grab that. I don't want to take these out. I prepared a little too much for that. And then, deposit cargo here. Ooh, what? Sorry, what? You can turn in bounties at any port? I mean, I guess fair enough. What are these bounties looking like now? Still the same. Okay, so that last delivery reset the bounties. And there's an osprey bounty. And this is for the osprey beak. Apparently you can make some handy fishing tools using bird beaks. Need someone to fetch me an osprey beak so I can try it for myself. I hear there's plenty to be found in the Lumbridge Basin. Garrett.
Am I pronouncing that right?
I have no idea who this guy is, but if they want ospreys killed, I'll do it. I mean, the last time we had to kill ospreys, it took us 3 kills to get the feathers. Maybe it'll only take us 1 kill to get the beak. It'd be nice. Probably gonna take us quite a few more kills, though. Hey, hammerhead shark. Awesome. That will be nice. So we have the hammerhead shark one and the osprey one. And so we should be able to get a number of turn-ins from the hammerhead one before it resets. I will quickly take care of the osprey though. And then head over to the hammerhead sharks. These guys hit kind of hard. And I haven't gotten I've killed 5. Yeah, I've killed 5 of them so far. They hit kind of hard. So I need to go grab repair kits. Probably just gonna grab regular repair kits so I don't use the teak ones. Never mind, we only have 11 normal repair kits. I'll use them. But I'm just gonna grab 2 repair kits. We have over 400 of those. Okay, there we go. That is the osprey beak. We killed 15. The first time we killed the osprey, we only had to kill 3 of them to get 3 1 in 3 osprey feathers and a 1 in 25 willow root. So, not entirely surprised. That RNG's coming back around. And we had to kill 15 of them. Ended up using almost all of my repair kits that I had brought. But that is now the osprey beak. We should be able to turn that in, and then we can check off those tasks. We can actually use the chunk picker to check off those tasks. So, claim rewards. That is the osprey beak. Yeah, let's check those off in the chunk picker. Okay, we are here in Chunk Picker once again. I actually need to go in here and find... Oh, actually, I need to... Now that the Chunk Picker's been updated, I need to undo... like, all of these. And I'm getting a random event. Beehive random event. Which is good. Hopefully this should be... 11 flax. That's all the flax we need to create the upgraded sails for our sloop. Lamp, hunter. Still 18 hunter. Anyways, chunk picker. So yeah. These two are legitimate backlogs. Moldy block from the bull sharks. The meme grind. Hammerhead shark jaw we cannot do. So if we calculate tasks again. Yes. Bull shark liver, osprey beak, tern feather. Got that. So, I was just looking at some of these. I got a bunch of these from the bar here. And the Sailor's Mirage gives me a +1 Hunter's boost. I'm not entirely sure if I got that from this bar or if it's if I got it from the Ocean Man event. Sailor's Mirage, yeah. Huh. So, that's awesome. I only need 20 Hunter. I don't need 21 Hunter. Because I can boost to 20. It was Sailor's Mirage. +1. That's awesome. That saves me like 3 lamps on Hunter. So we only need 3 more lamps to finally be able to catch these damn crabs. We did just get our 200th teak plank. That means we are halfway to a teak hull if we ever get access to Swamp Tar. So, yeah. We'll need to do... We've done 23,530 Barracuda salvages so far. For 200 teak planks and 1,000 oak planks. So we'll need to do twice that in order to get to the 400 needed for a teak hull. So, lamp, hunter, 19 hunter.
Come on, this ain't the level. The next level's the level.
3 more lamps to go before we can catch those crabs. Or a book of knowledge and a lamp. Or 2 books of knowledge. This is 1 million coins. We did it. We got to 1 million coins. They said it couldn't be done. They said I was crazy for even trying. That's not true at all. Everyone thought it could be done. But still, I got to 1 million coins. That's nice to see. It doesn't change the color. That's 10 million coins though, which is a little sad. Not as dramatic. Yeah. Oh, you also may notice I got an uncut opal. Which normally people don't care about. But I do, because that's the only way I can train crafting. So, yeah. It's 30 crafting XP. Well, not necessarily. So, with opals, jades, and topazes, you can crush them when you try to cut them. I think it only gives you like 3 experience if you crush them. And given that we're only 1 crafting, probably pretty high chance that we're gonna crush them. But yeah, that's neat. And the 1 million coins. That was a big thing here. We killed 830 hammerhead sharks for that. We got, from those 830 hammerhead sharks, quite a bit of good stuff. Got 23 Addy plate bodies, 78 mithril plate bodies, Got 66 sharks, which is nice. The gems we got from the rare drop table, or maybe it's a gem drop table, I don't know which one they use. 2,500 chaos runes, so whenever we can use magic, that'll come in handy. 1,400 mithril cannonballs, will probably come in handy at some point. Of course, we need a mithril cannon first. Yeah, 675,000 of this was just raw GP that they dropped. I don't know what I want to. I don't know if I want to just keep doing that or mix it up a bit. Start knocking out some of those other things we need to do. So, well, first of all, how much gold do we actually need? We want to go to 94, so we need 6 million cooking experience. And based off prior calculations I did, we need 1.3 million gold. Probably going to go for 1.5 million gold, so that we just have a bit extra. I was kind of thinking of switching things up a bit, doing something else, but it really doesn't seem worth it to do much of anything else at the moment. So I think I'm just going to go back to salvaging Barracuda salvage and killing hammerhead sharks. Oh, son of a... God damn it. I thought I already had everything for the mime. Probably still need another one, don't I? Yeah, I don't have the climb rope emote. Oh, that was disappointing. I thought that was gonna be a lamp. Oh well. Well, back to it. Let's try this again. Am I gonna get a... I think I'm just gonna get an emote this time. Not a lamp. Hoping I get a lamp and an emote. Wow. Mime take 2. Let's try this. Okay. Now we've got everything. Yay. This is my 3rd mime show in a row.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, mime is money, right?
That's kinda crazy. I mean, I'll take it. Because now I do actually get a lamp for it. That goes into Hunter. That is still 19 Hunter. 2 lamps left. You only need 2 more lamps. We just got a dunce random, which means we got a book of knowledge. Which means... Oh shit. Sorry. I didn't realize that was actually 20 Hunter. I thought that was going to be 1 more lamp until Hunter. But I guess I got another lamp. Oh yeah, no, I got the mime lamp after 3 different mimes. That's right. Actually, that was probably the previous clip, or one of the previous clips. But we have 20 Hunter. Place up to 2 traps, catch mossy lizards. Okay. Don't particularly care about that. I'm gonna finish selling this stuff. And then we will try out the crab traps over there. Because we can finally do that. Which is awesome. Been wanting to do that since arriving on this island. But yeah, I will be right back after selling these things. First of all, I need one of these. Yes, that gives a hunter boost. Let's grab a handful of those. I also need a bunch of fish offcuts, which I don't think I have any fish I want to use to make offcuts with. Yeah. So, let's do a bit of fishing. I can turn... Okay, so I can turn sardine. I assume I can also turn herrings into fish offcuts. Okay, yes. I'll grab a bunch of fish offcuts, and then we can do some crab trapping. Okay, I got 53 fish offcuts. Let's finally try this out. So, let's see. Need to drink that. Now 21 hunter, and I can bait it. And I can presumably... Can I bait all of these, or can I only bait, like, 2 of them? Oh. Well, okay. Hey! Oh. Huh. They just kinda turn over and fall in. That's cute. I mean, probably very painful for the crabs, but... Yeah, and then what can I do with these guys? Yes. I can shuck them. And get raw red crab meat. Nice. We're actually getting hunter XP. That's crazy. Not a small amount either. We're already 21 hunter. You can now catch red crabs. Never would have guessed. Well, I bought a lot more of these than I needed. Cool. So I get 5 from deshelling them. Is this? I doubt it. Especially because we need to fish up fish. But I kind of wonder if this is, in any way, decent cooking experience. Okay, let's try this out. So, yeah, for taking the shells off, we get 5 cooking experience, and then actually cooking them, we get 85, so we get 90 cooking experience total. Huh, that's actually not too bad. I wonder. So, that almost doubles. Well, actually, for sardines, that doubles the amount of experience we would get. For herrings, it almost doubles. Goes from 50 to 92, because we also needed to cut them for the fish off cuts. And then for sardines, it goes from 40 to 92. That is interesting. Let's see, 8. So, they're actually right above cod. Huh, they're actually better than cod. That's kind of funny. I want to try something. So if we go over here... How much are shrimp? They're 5 each. I can buy 10 at a time. I can cut these. I can. Bass give 130. So definitely wouldn't be worth it for bass. But we can basically take any of these and turn them into... It was 92. Right? So this is 2... Yeah, 2 plus 5 for deshelling them, plus 85 for cooking them. I very much doubt this is going to be worth the time it would take. However, we can now buy all of these, turn them into fish off cuts, if we wanted to. We could buy all of these, turn them into fish off cuts, and then hunt crabs for much better experience. I might try that for a while. What? So we can do 2 traps at it. The big thing is the amount of time it takes. 1 trap at a time, 2 at a time at 20. 40, I can go to 3 at a time. So, one of the big perks of this. So to get a full inventory of bass and cod, I would need to do... would need to hop like 3 times. But if I can buy all of these... Because I can just buy a full inventory of fish like that. And I can just keep doing this. And it takes a little bit to cut them. I think I might try this for a little while. I want to see how fast it is to get... I want to see how fast it is to get a full inventory of crabs. That might just be easier. I find it hard to believe it'll be better. But given that it gives quite a bit more experience than at least the lower end fish, it's possible. But yeah, let's grab I'm gonna grab 100 fish offcuts, because that would be 9,200 experience. I want to see how long it would take to use all of them on the crabs. Again, there's effectively no way in my mind that this actually works out, but I do want to try it. But I mean, it would be less expensive. We need, what, 6 million experience? And we get 92 per? We would need 65,000 crabs. We also get an average of... doing cod and bass, we get an average of 97 experience per. We would need to buy about 62,000 cod and bass. At a price of 22 gold per. We only need... Okay. I don't know what to do. Okay. This is so tempting to do this instead. I didn't think this would matter. I didn't think the crabs would be any good. But they are. Okay. So... Math. Math is fun. So, with an inventory setup like this, we can very easily buy 10 shrimp, 10 sardines, and 5 herrings. These are both 10, that's 15, that's 15, that's 10. Oh no. Shit! I didn't mean to do that. I have my left click set to buy on COD instead of value. Okay, yeah, those are 10. So, with an inventory setup like this, we can buy 10 shrimp, 10 sardines, 5 herrings, and then cut them all into fish offcuts. Then hop, do the same, cut them, hop, do the same, cut them. That would decrease the number of world hops we need to do from over 6,000 to 2,600. It would also drastically decrease the number of coins we need. Because at the moment, we need like 1.3 million. And I was going for 1.5 million so that we had extra when we were done. However, doing it like this, because the tier of fish doesn't matter, we only need about 522,000 coins. Which means we have plenty of coins in our bank to do this. That would also... We would need to hunt 65,000 crabs, though. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to hunt 100 crabs. That'll help me make the decision. Okay, just finished. Actually did 104 crabs. And it took me about 16 minutes. So it's about 4 minutes per inventory. I got to 29 hunter from that. This is really not a bad hunter method, which is kind of neat. Takes about 4 minutes per inventory. At 40 hunter, I would get a third trap, which, let's say that decreases it to about 3 minutes per inventory. That would be, another thing. I also found out something kind of nifty. You can, one-tick cook crabs. It's very click-intensive. But if you use the knife on the crab and hit the cooking pot all in the same tick, it just cooks it instantly, I think. and you can just keep doing this. That's pretty neat. Again, very click intensive. So I don't know if I would really want to do that on every single inventory of crafts. I just thought that was kind of cool and would share. But yeah, if that's, let's just say 16 minutes per, let's say 12 minutes per. So again, I'm assuming at level 40 Hunter, which isn't too far away. We'll get a third trap, and that'll decrease the time per inventory by about a minute. So going off of that, about 3 minutes per inventory, that would be about 12 minutes per 100 crabs. You know what? To give this a fair shake, I'll see how long it takes me to buy and cook 100 fish, so that I have something more substantial to base it off of.
A little while later.
Okay. This is the second time I'm recording this, because I got way too hung up on numbers the first time. Long story short, crabs are a whole hell of a lot better than I was expecting. However, just buying the fish is still going to be better. It's still going to be more efficient. Buying the fish going to take us around about 87 hours. 77 hours of actually buying and cooking the fish, another 10 hours of killing hammerhead sharks, so that we have enough gold. Give or take somewhere around there. Crabs would come in at about 109 hours. That's about 65 hours of actually catching and cooking the crabs. Surprisingly, the crabs become a lot more efficient with buying and cooking the fish. Because of level 80, we end up having 5 traps that we can set for the crabs, which should increase it quite a bit. However, that's 65 hours of hunting and cooking the crabs, and then another 44 hours of... we need to get the fish off cuts as well. And so that would take about 44 hours. And so, in total, it'd be about 109 hours. That's a difference of about 20 hours, which is a whole lot closer than I expected them to be. But the caveat is run energy. So we end up losing run energy when buying and cooking the fish, because we have to be constantly running back and forth. And we have 1 agility. So when we run out of run energy, we'll go on our boat and do something. First, it'll be salvaging and killing hammerhead sharks. And then when we have enough money, we'll just focus on salvaging barracuda salvage to get the Marlin. Once we get the Marlin, we need to get a ton of steel and iron and bronze. And so we'll be salvaging the small shipwrecks. I very much doubt we would get everything we need from the small shipwrecks before we get to 94 cooking. But somehow if we do, we also have a fletching grind. And so I'll work towards that when I'm out of round energy. But yeah. So that's going to be the plan. Is going forward, I'll be working towards that 94 cooking. And then in between doing that, we'll focus on the salvaging and everything else. Hopefully that works out pretty well. Hopefully that all makes sense. We got our first lamb since having our hunter level. That was really the very next random event I got. So now we need to make a decision on what to lamp next. So first of all, big goal is, I think, 52 Slayer. If I go 51 Slayer. So big goal is Troubled Tortugas. This requires 51 Slayer, which by far is going to be the most difficult thing to grind on this account. So we definitely want to start lamping Slayer at some point. However, another big goal is to get a sail upgrade so that we can properly access this area. Which means we need a loom and a spinning wheel, the closest ones being right here. maybe I'm wrong. And I could very easily be wrong. But, we don't have really any way to train. In order to get the linen sails, we need 12 crafting. We don't really have access to any reliable level 1 crafting method anywhere nearby. At least as far as I could tell. So I think what I'm going to start lamping is crafting, so we can get a couple crafting levels to, so that if we roll these, we can make the sails almost immediately. So that's my plan. We technically have a crafting training method in these chugs from sailing from the ocean events. And that's with the uncut opals. You can rarely get these from kind of that blue light ocean event. And all the ones I've done quite a few. I've only gotten 2 opals though. So it's not a very reliable way to do it. But we do have these. And so we may as well, if we're starting on lamping crafting, we may as well cut these. At minimum, to get to level 2 crafting, at minimum, because even if we crush, so opals you can crush. If you successfully cut them, they'll give you 15 crafting experience. If you crush them, they'll give you 3. And so at minimum, because you need 83 experience to get to level 2, even if we crush them, that'll be 1 less lamp we need to get to level 2. So I'm going to just cut them now. At best, if we successfully cut both of them, that'll save us 3 lamps. If we crush one and cut the other, I think that'll still... That might be 2 lamps? I think that'll be 2 lamps. So, let's see if luck is with us today. Nope. Hey, yes. Okay, so that's 18 crafting experience. So we went from needing 9 lamps to needing 7. And we have a lamp. So, 6. We need 6 more lamps to get to 2 crafting. But yeah, maybe I very well could be missing something in some of my immediate chunks that does give crafting experience. I couldn't find anything. The only thing I could find, the best thing I did find was, I believe there's a furnace in here. So we can do glass blowing if we get to the crown of volcano. But that's a death chunk. So I'm just gonna pretend that we're not gonna roll that.
He doesn't exist.
But if there's a different crafting method I'm missing, let me know. 1, maybe a couple of lamps. Not gonna make a big dent in the Slayer grind. Oh, also, before I forget, I added my hunter level. Added my hunter level here. And so, this popped up. Catch a red crab for a hunter. So I can check that off. 1 more task complete. That's 30 hunter. Great. Bats. Weird bat things. Okay. Have... Use the last of the, fish off stats. 222 red crab meat. Awesome. Better food than cod, worse than salmon. And so... What I think I want to do... I was gonna try starting to work on the fish plan, but I don't think I'm going to now. I want to get a 1.5 mil cash stack. And if we're buying fish, while making money from the hammerhead sharks. I'm not gonna be able to keep track of that easily. So I think I'm gonna get up to 1.5 mil. Then we'll start buying fish in between things. So I think that's what I want to do. I'll grab all of these. Oh yeah, I got another shark paint. At some point I was resetting the notice boards for a hammerhead task. And I got a shark paint. Yeah, cannonballs, and then 6 of those. And I think that's everything I need. Back to killing sharks. This was a fun diversion. We got up to, what did we get? 33? 33 hunter. Which is pretty neat. But yeah. Back to killing hammerhead sharks. 75 ranged. Toxic blowpipe's gonna be a while before we get there. That's level 80 sailing. Dock at Weiss. After making runs with your arm, salvage from Fremennik shipwrecks. Recreate Bosun Zara from etc. And build a rune cannon. And build an ironwood cargo hold. That is, wow, that is nearly 2 million sailing experience. We are like a 1/7 of the way to 99. Somewhere around there. We have done it, I think. Just got back from another trip with the hammerhead sharks. And this last one should be 1.5 million coins. That's a pretty good looking cash stack there. And we're about to decimate it. And we are going to start cooking. So my plan, just to reiterate, run back and forth here. Buy fish, cook fish, bank them. Buy more fish, cook more fish, bank more fish. And keep doing that until my rod energy runs out. Once it runs out, I will go and do some salvaging. And then when I return with full rod energy, then I'll be back to doing that. I'm just gonna keep doing that over and over and over again. First, however, I think I'm actually gonna cook all the sharks. And do I want to cook the sharks now? Definitely want to cook the swordfish now. And these kind of other couple of fish that we have. I might actually save the sharks, though. See, the sharks are the only ones we have a chance of burning. We're currently, what, 80? Are we? Yeah, we're 80 cooking. So we have a 73.5% chance to cook them. So like 25% chance to burn them. So we're probably going to wait until we get into the 90s. Before cooking them. And once again, my goal is 94 cooking. If I did all my calculations correctly, this should be enough gold. Or there should be more than enough gold. But yeah, that's my plan. Cook these fish. Start the cooking grind. And then in between, I'll be back to salvaging. Still have not gotten the Marlin yet. We've done about 25,000 salvages. Our next trip will actually be 25,000. But yeah, that's my plan. And I am just going to start on that. I just got back from salvaging trip. Had one of the Blue Light Ocean events, and I got another opal. So we have 25 XP left. Actually gotten a couple of lamps. which was neat. Let's see, if we successfully cut this, we'll only need one more lamp to get to crafting level 2. And if we don't successfully cut it, we'll need 3 more. So let's see. Hey! Sweet. That's great. We only need one more lamp then to get to 2 crafting. So I realized I was wearing an Addy plate body, which is kinda heavy. And I took that off, and it looks like run energy isn't actually going to be an issue. Cooking the fish takes long enough that it looks like it restores all of my run energy. There is also something I kinda want to try as well. And that's one-tick cooking. I think it's similar to what I had realized with the crabs. But instead, I need to drop all of these. Yeah. I give that a shot to see if it's faster. Would be nice to be able to speed this up rather than spending like 80 hours on this. I mean, that definitely seems faster. And it also didn't fully restore my run energy, which I think does mean it's faster. It is a lot more work, though. Hey, 81 cooking. My first cooking level of this grind so far. I don't know, that is a lot more work. It is a bit faster, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to go through the effort of doing that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cook things normally. But I am probably going to switch off still between... So even though red energy doesn't seem to be an issue, since I took off the Addy plate body. I do still think I'm going to switch it up with salvaging. Every so often. I think I'll just switch off doing like an hour of each. I'll do an hour of cooking, and then salvage for an hour, and then back to an hour of cooking, then salvage for an hour, so on and so forth. So part of the reason I want to do this is for random events. So, because I am constantly switching worlds with cooking, random events aren't going to spawn. I don't want to get random events so I can get lamps, and so I can lamp stuff. So yeah, I think I'm just going to switch off for a while doing cooking and salvaging. Hopefully at some point get the Marlin. And then I'll still be doing that, but then I'll be doing small shipwreck salvaging. Because we need a bunch of bars from there. Oh shit. Huh. We got a topaz. Which unfortunately we can't cut. I was hoping we'd get another opal. But topaz. Alright, 82 cooking. Now cook sea turtles and dashing cabbage. Oh, sea turtle. Nice. I think I can get those from Temperos. Can you fish sea? I don't think you can fish sea turtles. Oh no, you can drift net fish them in Fossil Island. I've also been, so I have the random event estimation plugin telling me kind of when I should be getting random events. And so every time that ticks over, I fish herring and sardines and cook them until I get a random event, and then switch what activity I was doing, just as a way to keep it interesting. And so I've got like 15 minutes left until I can start getting random events, because you can get them basically every hour. There's more complicated math behind it, depending on exactly when you're able to get them. But yeah, I have like 15 minutes left. When that happens, I'll start fishing herrings and sardines, and then when I get a random event, then I'll switch to doing more salvaging to try to get the Marlin, and then back and forth, kind of doing that. That's my plan at the moment, at least. Ooh, I got another beekeeper event. So I got more flax, and this level 2 crafting. Awesome. And craft pheasant clothing. Which would be cool, because we have 176 pheasant tail feathers, but we don't have a needle and thread, so we can't do that. $83 cooking. Only 11 levels left. Okay, we are just about hitting level 84 cooking. Can cook anglerfish. Neat. That's it's only 10 cooking levels to go, which is a tremendous amount of XP. We have just about 5 million XP. We've gotten about 1 million. We've gotten about 1 million of our 6 million goal, so we are 1/6 of the way there, which actually isn't too bad when you put it that way. Nice. Where are we at with the fish? We have 8,000 bass, 15,000 cod, couple more, some more herring and sardines, because again I've been doing that when I've been waiting for random events. I do think I am going to call it there. We've gotten four cooking levels this episode. Again, I have 10 left to go. 5 times more what we've already done. Let's see, we have salvaged 27,107 Barracuda salvage, which means we are just about 100, or just about 1,000 off of... Yeah, about 1,000 off of the Marlin drop rate. Hopefully we get it before then. Hopefully we don't go multiple times dry. If we go multiple times dry, that would really suck. But yeah, we are looking pretty good at the moment. I guess with that, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.